Welcome back, everybody, to the Salt Lake City, Utah Pioneers Relocation franchise. We are back today, second episode. This one's gonna be long. We got the entire preseason to get through, and we have some player customization to get through as well. So we got our quarterback Gary Mitchell, our third pick in the first round of the draft. Made that trade and acquired the pick, drafted him, and we have to change some things up a little bit. I'm not sure why that was so hard for me to say. We're gonna go number 6 with him on the number. We don't have too many options. I think other guys have all the single-digit numbers and things like that. I will go through that and change all those eventually, simply because I think really single digits should be like reserved for like quarterbacks. And that's like it. Keep that, single digit nonsense for skill position players in college where it belongs, not in the professionals. And we're a professional team. So we ended up changing him a little bit. You got that old look at him, and now we got the new look at him. And we changed his face up a little bit, gave him gave him a different helmet, gave him the Speed Flex helmet, which I think everyone wears. And we gave him some J's. And I think he's looking pretty spiffy. Got the quarterback coach wristband. So, young quarterback getting to learn the playbook. That'll always help. It's a lot easier for them too. They don't have to read out the whole play. They just go whatever 14, and then they look on the little pad and go, oh, spider Y X Z flex, or whatever the actual play is. So that's Gary Mitchell. Changed his face up a little bit. We also have Sam Howell and Sam Ellinger on the roster. I don't think Ellinger will make the roster. Kind of see what number he has. He has 4, so that's why 4 is taken up. I kind of wanted to give Mitchell 4, so I might end up doing that. So here's Kevin German, wide receiver that we took, I think, in the second round. And we are going to change his number as well. And yeah, 15 doesn't look good on him. We're gonna go with 88. I think 88 looks pretty good on him. And that looks pretty nice, honestly. You're gonna have to change them shoes. Those are like offensive lineman shoes. So you see 6'1". We are gonna change his face as well, I think. I think it's gonna look a little bit different, but 6'1", 196 pounds. Good speed as well on him. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, take a look at him right now. Looks pretty decent, I think. Looks pretty good. And then now take the look at the new Kevin German, and we changed some things up a little bit. Gave him a kind of a different helmet, gave him a pacifier so he can suck on that. Gave him the Jordan Vaporjet 7 secondary, so he has orange gloves. Looks pretty good. We give him the Nike thigh and knee pads. I think more guys are either wearing those or not wearing those at all anymore. So we look through the cleats, and I kind of wish it was a different way to pick out the cleats instead of having to scroll through all of them. We're just looking for something. I thought, I looked at all the Nike ones. These look pretty good. The Savage Pros 2 look pretty good on him. 1 and 2 look good. Savage Elite look good. Man, I remember how bad Madden used to be with the equipment. I have to give them credit. They've gotten a lot better at it over the past few years, adding more of it in. We're just looking through here, and I thought maybe these look kind of good. Do we want to go with the Alpha Menace 3s? Let's take a look at all of them. And then I thought maybe we could get some J's on this guy. J's look pretty nice. I like that they've added all. I like that Jordan has been making Jordan cleats. I thought about the Adidas. Those don't look as good. Look kind of weird, I think. Here's the Under Armours that aren't Under Armours. The player exclusive low and stuff like that's Under Armour. Then we have the Jordans. And the 7s look kind of good, but I feel like they look a little too bulky for a receiver. I feel like some of these Jordans look really bulky, if that makes any sense. And I feel like for some of the receivers, that kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. The retro lows look pretty good, and then we have the exclusive retro. I believe those are like the 11s. I could be wrong on that, but we're just going to settle on some Nikes for Kevin German. And I think he looks pretty good. He looks pretty spiffy. Looks ready to, I don't want to say dominate, but, easily one of our fastest receivers, I think, because Michael Pittman, he only has 88 speed, which is You guys, I know me. I like speed. I always look for that with my receivers. So, yeah, Michael Pittman, 88 speed. That's going to be tough, I think, and for him to beat guys in those one-on-one situations. I like to get guys on the outside that can beat guys like that. But Kevin Sherman, that's him. Then we have Isaiah Irons. Not going to release him. That'd be bad. And for the most part, he looks good enough, I think, honestly. I think he already looks, it looks like a lineman. We're going to change his number to that. Don't ask why. I think that just looks better. So he has a new number. 6'4". We are going to change his face because he looks like an old man and he's only 21. Like, he looks like an old man that runs like a barbecue joint or something like that. You know what I mean? So we're going to change him to this guy. He looks a little bit younger. He looks like a 21-year-old guy that's coming out of college. And for the most part, everything looks pretty good already. But we are going to change his helmet to the Visus 02 Trench. I'm going to give him the Trench sort of face mask. And so I think that looks really good, honestly. You see a lot more people starting, linemen, tight ends, wearing that sort of trench helmet. I think something like that is eventually going to be required, just to give those linemen that extra bit of protection around the head area. But I think apart from that, it looks really good. So yeah, not too much needs to be done with the offensive linemen, because we're not going to see them too much anyways. A lot of this is for players that we're going to see a lot of when they make plays and things like that, want them to look cool. So here's Jamal Phillips, the second pick in the draft out of USC. So once again, trying to continue that legacy of great USC pass rushers. And we're going to give him the number of one, and that is of one Clay Matthews, number 52. His size and everything, he really does sort of profile out to be somewhat similar to Clay, actually. Gonna keep his face the same. I don't mind his face. It looks fine. So looking through here, gonna give him a new helmet, I believe. And here's him right now. And now let's look through here. And we're actually gonna give him the Shut F7. And then we're gonna give him sort of this 3-bar look right here. I think it looks really good. Or do we go something different? I think we go the robot look. And then we're going to give him a visor. I'm going to give him smoke visor, kind of a dark one. We have to go with the Oakley here. Because, second pick in the draft, he doesn't have to wear generic stuff. He's going to wear name brand stuff. So then we're going to give him a pacifier as well. And I want it to be colored, so we'll give him that secondary color. And that looks really cool. So we just come through here now a little bit. Looking at the rest of the stuff, and then I was wondering if I'm going to give him sort of an arm sleeve or anything like that. You don't see too many linemen or edge rushers, guys like that wearing like sleeves and things like that. But I decided to give him one. We're going to say this is a compression sleeve on that right arm of his. And we're going to go with the story that he has some issues with that right arm, with that right elbow. Has had surgery on it before at USC. Dislocated it before. So just to give that right arm some more stability, he's going to wear a brace. Does that sound realistic enough to you guys? Let me know. And for him, we're not going to go too fancy on the gloves. We're going to give him the Vapor Knit 2 in black. And I think that's kind of something you would see a guy wear. I think that's really good. So we're looking through here, and we're going to just go with Field General. Kind of, this is a guy that just wants to get after the quarterback and rip their heads off, which is against the rules. You can't do that, but give them the Nike things as well. So Clarence Fitzsimmons, our free safety, potential linebacker of the future, possibly. He has number 5. Once again, keep that single digit stuff in college. I don't want to see defenders wearing single digits. I don't like that. Since this is a relocation team, whatever rules that are in place for the Colts are not in place here anymore. So that's just the way it's going to be. So Clarence Fitzsimmons, number 45 now. We are going to change his face. He is 221. I felt like his face was more for like a guy that was like 240 something. So let's look for a guy that's a little bit smaller looking, even though a lot of these faces do kind of look the same. That looks too big. That was a fat guy. Guy whose head was dipped in chocolate. Then we're going to settle here on, we got face 47, kind of looks good. And we decided to go with face 46, I think, here. I think this looks really good. I don't know how to say it looks really good. I think it just fits him a little bit better because he is, 221, but he's not that big. You know what I mean? His frame isn't that of like just big, massive hulking guy. You can tell he is, I don't want to say smaller, but, as we're going to have him playing that sub linebacker look. So I'm going to switch his helmet to the Speed Flex, which is a very popular helmet. I think a lot of people wear that one. So looking through here, trying to find a sort of face mask for him that looks kind of cool. And we go with that one. And he's going to get the Prism visor. So I think that looks really cool. Then we're going to switch his gloves here to the Vapor Knits as well. Just black. Once again, some of these guys, they're not all about, standing out necessarily with the gloves. And look through the other. They have added a lot more gloves. I wish it was more like 2K when you pick shoes, you kind of get like the full list of it right away. So do we switch them to the Super Bads? I think we switch them to the Super Bad. I think those look good. But nope, we just stay with the Vapor Knit Blacks. I think that also looks pretty good. Looks pretty serious. Has the tape wrist. Gonna change his shoes a little bit here. And trying to find something that looks, decent for a guy that's a kind of hybrid guy. And that looks pretty good. Some color in there as well. So pretty nice. So that is it for editing the players. It's now time to play our first preseason game. So we're going to play all these games. We're going to do play the moments. We're going to just play the moments for like the first two, and then the last one, which is going to be the most offense for a quarterback. We're going to play all of the offensive snaps for that last preseason game, game number 3. But we're taking on the Falcons in this one, and there he is, Gary Mitchell, number 6, coming in here. We got Jonathan Taylor. So, some decent offensive pieces on this team. So, technically, this is the first game in Salt Lake City. You guys can leave a comment on what we should call the stadium. I don't have an idea what we would call the stadium yet. But, yeah. So, this is probably going to be the format of the series. We're going to do, play the moments, full offense sometimes. Maybe sometimes I'll just play defense if I kind of want to do that. Just change things up a little bit so I'm not kind of always doing the same thing with the Seahawks franchise, which I enjoy doing, but, kind of want to keep things fresh a little bit. Phillips, we can't get to Mariota. Allows him to escape. Kind of just whiffed on the tackle there. So now 2nd and 9. Pressure right there. And Fitzsimmons, that's kind of both of our rookies kind of maybe showing their inexperience somewhat there, as we allow a touchdown to Kyle Pitts on the opening drive of the game. And Fitzsimmons just did not play that very well, kind of got lost there. So that's not ideal for us. So we simulate through here a little bit. We get a 3rd down. We get a 3rd and 3 for Mitchell. So we're not getting a lot of opportunity with him. And we're going to take a look here. We're going to take a shot to the outside here. Stand in the pocket. And that's not very good. Kind of inaccurate. Not near him at all. 4th down. We decided to go for it. Because why not? We're going to go for it here. And shotgun formation. Empty set right here. Throws this one. And Alec Pierce. Can't tell if the defender got a hand on it or what. But Pierce not able to come up with the football right there. And I don't know. He didn't fight through it as much as I think he could have. You see Mike Pittman like, hey, what are you doing, man? And he's like, man, whatever. It's preseason. Get out of my face, dude. So, yeah. 4th quarter eventually. Sam Howell, we have not scored. So we find Granson here. And we pick up a big 1st down. Going to call a timeout. Sorry I didn't show more, but once again, once like the backups came in, I was like, I don't really care. So we take a deep throw here. And here's Patman coming up with it. Touchdown. And that's a big play for Desmond Patman. Because he's a end of the roster type of guy. Needs to make plays like that if he wants to make the team. And that's a really nice play. I don't care how late in the game it is. That's a really good play to make for him. And will pretty much close out the game here. We only score 7. We give up 44. in our preseason opener. So the defense, maybe not very good with the depth there, but either way, 44-7 is the final here on Morton Salt Field. I don't know if that Morton Salt Field. I don't know about that, but yeah, we lose the game. I gave up a touchdown. Mitchell threw an interception somehow. I'm not sure when that happened. So that's cool. I didn't throw that interception, so there's that. But yeah, threw an interception, 3 for 10, so not a very good showing. And running game wasn't all that good, but once again, you don't have too much time to get into a flow offensively when you're doing this in the preseason. Desmond Patman, 1 touchdown. Alec Pierce, and then everyone else was kind of just there. They're just there, man. Take a look here at the defense now to kind of see how our defenders did. Patman definitely did that was a nice play, so definitely possibly stood out a little bit. Jamal Phillips got a sack at some point in the simulation. Not sure when that happened, but he did, because it's kind of weird. The play of the moments kind of just like rushes you through things. They haven't fixed that. It doesn't give you enough moments, I feel. So we lose that game. And so let's get into the staff point allocation now, because we have 183 of them that we need to apply to people. When I say people, I mean our coaches. So we still have Frank Reich here. And so, yeah, let's take a look through here. Player growth stuff. We're going to add this one. And this one's for wide receivers and tight ends to gain 10%. We're just trying to get to this little bottom one here. Quarterback, we're gonna double up on that. We're gonna get 20% training XP gains for our quarterback. So that's a little bit more. And all players on your team count as scheme fits during training. We're gonna take that one as well. And then we could reveal a hidden dev for someone, but we're not gonna spend 50 points on that. We're gonna keep moving it here. And yeah, staff hands-on defense. And then we have this one, I for talent. So player personnel stuff, that'll cost a little bit less. I believe that's what that said. And then we're gonna do the thing for defensive coordinators talent, that'll cost 20% less. So saving us a little bit of points, staff points, as we move forward here. So we have a bunch for the defense, but we have nothing for offense. So let's start activating some of these. And X factor on, that's 8. So once again, the savings that we're getting here from investing in the other thing, it's already paying its dividends. So looking through here, which way do we want to go here? Do we want to go with finesse for our alignment or run block power? It's only +3, so it's not the biggest boost. So we're going to go with this one. We get impact blocking by our tight ends by 1. Once again, I really hope they expand on this in next year's game. It's just so there's maybe some more branching some more interesting options a little bit. So you can have different builds of coaches, if that makes any sense. More of an RPG, add more of that into the game. People like that stuff. So looking through here, and we're going to get the awareness for our offensive linemen. We're going to get that all the way up to, we're going to get a +3 for that. So it's pretty good upgrades here for our offense here. So that looks pretty nice. So now I'm going to take on the Cowboys and Salt Lake City Pioneers. Edit the uniforms. We're wearing our white uniforms with the brown pants. So that's what we're wearing. Look pretty good. So we got a red zone here in the first quarter. So it looks like Gary Mitchell has driven him down the field. That's pretty good. So here we are, 1st and 10. And we're going to switch this play up here. We're going to call an audible play action look here. Kind of see if we can make something happen here. Looking. And we're going to throw this one. And that's not ideal. It's not a very good throw. So now we come back here, 3rd and 9. We got a man moving here, looking here, and Mo Alley Cox comes up with the throw, but he does the thing in Madden where they come out of the end zone to make the throw. And he could have stayed in the end zone and just got that. So 1st and goal here on the run, throwing back, cross the body, and that's going to be intercepted by the most overrated corner in football, Trayvon Diggs. I shouldn't say that. He's been playing well this year, actually. Just doesn't have the interception numbers, but still has been playing very well. So, yeah, that's just a bad decision right there. Not very good. And we are simulating through a little bit here. We're going to come back in. He's still in the game. 3rd and 4 here. Going to try to make something happen. Try to pick up this first down. Try to convert. Looking here. Throws this one. And Pittman able to come up with the catch right there. So convert on 3rd down. And they keep on letting us play 3rd downs. There should be some different scenarios here for me to play a little bit more. Not sure what that blocker was doing right there. There's a linebacker right there that you could have blocked. So run blocking in Madden will never be good, it feels like. So 4th and 1. No points on the board. We're just going to go for this one. Our guys need to beat their guys on this play. Simple as that. 4th and 1 run. Going to ID that guy as the mic. And we get a fumble. Or we don't get a fumble. They get a fumble. Jonathan Taylor fumbles the football. Looks like he had the first down right there. And, he just kind of jogs off the field. So that ends in disaster. 3rd quarter. End of game. Doesn't really matter. Because that was it for Gary Mitchell. It was Sam Howell in the rest of the way. So we fall to... He seems... I have to say, Frank Wright seems a little too mad about losing a preseason game. I'm not saying they should specifically put in preseason losing animations, but they probably should. At least add some different ones. So Sam Howell, he threw a touchdown. Gary Mitchell with the interception. So far, 2 interceptions on the preseason, but 11-14, a lot better in this one. And you like to see that. Looks like the running game might be a problem for us this season. I'm not 100% sure because a few times we've ran the ball here. We just have not been able to sort of consistently get much. And Jonathan Taylor, 41 yards and a fumble. So that's not very good. We still have one more preseason game to sort of get this off. And that's really, I think, kind of your opening week dress rehearsal is the 3rd preseason game. DeMichael Harris had the touchdown. Desmond Patman, not much in this game. Not much from everyone else in this game, really. Alec Pierce with a 27-yard reception. Don't want to say he's a disappointment, but yeah. Sacks given up here. Isaiah Irons gave up a sack, and so did Jonathan Taylor. So not doing good in pass pro and fumbling the football. Not good. This guy gets a sack. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce to say that name. Odeo Odigabo. I hope I said that right. And Jamal Phillips with a sack as well. So 2 sacks in 2 preseason games. That's a positive. Making impact plays. So we have one last preseason game to play. And it's going to be against the Philadelphia Eagles. And this one, we're going to play offense only. Just so we can, this is going to be the game where Gary Mitchell is going to get the most possible snaps he can get. And I don't like those gray pants at all. So we're going with all brown pants. We're in the poop pants. So, yeah, like I said, Gary Mitchell. This is, 3rd preseason game. This is where he's going to get the most run. Going to play, the entire first half and then probably a little bit of that 3rd quarter. So here we are. Kind of been getting down the field. Deep throw to Pierce, and he can't come up with. Gotta have it. Those are the throws for me as a receiver. You gotta make those plays. And so we come back here, find German underneath just to get a completion. 3rd and 9 now. So we come back again. Mitchell looking, and that is a risky throw right there, but it doesn't end in disaster. 4th and 5. And we would end up kicking the field goal here. And that one's good. So there we go. Kick the field goal. So we get the early lead here versus the Eagles. Very nice stuff, I would say. Positive drive, got points is important. So this is a throw that is very nice right here. I think that's where that arm strength comes into play because, once again, I don't know if there's any other quarterback in the draft class from what I saw that could have made that throw. That's arm talent right there. And here's Jonathan Taylor getting to the outside. We wait for the block. It looks like we have daylight, but it's Darius Slay coming all the way from the far side. I'm going to complain here. I'm tired of that far side corner always getting over back to the other way. I'm kind of sick of it. I always say it's because this has happened to me so often, and no one blocks him. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. So, it's Darius Slay. It's fine, but I'm just saying that because I finally get a chance to get an open field, sort of big touchdown, and we don't get it. So here's Pittman, and he shoves off one guy. We tried running a little bit of a jet sweep here. He might be too slow to run a jet sweep. So 2nd and goal here. Throwing this one here to Mo Alley Cox. I think we had circle open. If I would have just waited a hair longer. Jonathan Taylor, that's going backwards. And it's the preseason, so, regular season, you probably just kick the field goal here. But since it's preseason, we're going to go for it. Going to see if we can try to make something happen. I think I had X coming open. Alec Pierce right there. Try to give him a chance to make a play. And he drops that one. It says early pass breakup, but that's really just a drop. It just comes out of his hands. And I don't even know if he would have got in, but, drops it again. And Michael Pittman Jr. is really giving him a hard time this preseason. So, 2nd quarter still. Mitchell looking, throws this one here to German. And makes the guy miss a tackle, so that's pretty nice right there. So we're going to come back again here. Another shotgun formation, going to be a handoff here, and that gets stopped in the backfield. Naheem Hines should have blocked that guy. I'm not sure where he was going. But yeah, pec strained for Pierce. He's going to be done for the day. 2nd and 12, and that's a tight throw right there. Just rifles that one in. I don't think the DB has a chance to sort of make a play on it. 3rd and 9, play action look, and we pass it to Mo Alley Cox. Might have had R1 there, further up the field, but this is just, I'm just trying to get completions for Mitchell right now. Want to stay on the field. Don't want to do anything too risky here because I know we're going for it on 4th down. So we're going to try something here. We're going to give Pittman a shot here to make a play and never even gets a shot because that is just way. If he was running a post route, that would have made sense, but wasn't running a post. It's just a streak, and that's nowhere near him. So maybe I went a little too far with the thingy, with the pass lead mechanic. So underneath route right there, this is going to be kind of our, I don't want to say 2-minute drill, and that's almost intercepted. 3rd and 8. Not sure where that one was going. So like I said, his accuracy is okay, but there's going to be times we're going to get throws like that here with Gary Mitchell, and does have the arm strength, though, so maybe it's too much of a rocket for the DBs to catch. Here's Pittman Jr. with a really clutch 3rd down grab. Now we're going to go hurry up here. This is our 2-minute drill. Trying to make something happen here before the end of the half. Got to score before the end of the half, especially when you're trailing 14-3. So I think this is a good situation to get our young quarterback in. Getting good throws, middle of the field. Chew some clock off a little bit as well. As you see, Schmidt, the other quarterback that we did not take in the draft. So now 1st and 10. Going to find German again underneath. Pretty nice. 2nd and 1 right there. So offense humming along pretty nicely. Here's Jonathan Taylor picking up the 1st down. Still about a minute left in this quarter. Now we're going to come back again. 1st and 10. Trying a screenplay here. And yeah, that gets kind of blown up. I don't like Fletcher Cox making that play, or the weird stutter step he did to just kind of go up the field. Madden needs to stop doing that stuff. So we come back here, 2nd and 10, and we're going to pick up some nice yardage here to German. 3rd and 2, going to call a timeout now. Got to start conserving some time for us, but also don't want to give them any time really to score as well before the end of the half. So 3rd and 2, going to find Jonathan Taylor underneath. He breaks a tackle, gets brought down. Going to call another timeout with 22 seconds left. 1st and 10 at the 19. Shotgun formation. Handoff here. Jonathan Taylor. Nope. Play action look. And Mitchell stands in. Going to find German. Right there. Back of the end zone. Touchdown. Pioneers for Kevin German here before the end of the half. 17 seconds remaining. And that's what you like to see right there. Stands in, takes the hit, and lets his guy make a play for the ball right there. Touchdown before the end of the half. that's good situational football. So we get, especially when you get the ball to start the second half right here. And that one is just a little bit short. If we could have had a little bit more time to throw the football right there, I think that would have been a big play. So here's another handoff. Jonathan Taylor. This is pretty good though to get the run game going against the defensive unit, kind of like the Eagles. They have a good defensive line, so to get that run game going against them, it's pretty nice. Taylor, as he gets sort of bopped right there down to the ground. Jonathan Taylor's a big guy. I don't know if too many people are going to be throwing him around like that. Underneath throw right here, didn't see anything sort of deep down the field. So I think Kevin German is going to fit in really nicely in that slot role for us. The outside is where I really have concerns about this team, and that's this was a bad decision because the minute I threw that ball, I noticed that DB right there. I was like, oh no. So I pass-leaded it kind of more backwards to protect from the DB. I think it worked even though we lost 12 yards. So third and whatever, third and forever, 4th and 14, we end up getting it to. And we're going to punt. I don't usually show punts, but I have to show this one. This one is a beauty here. Look where this one gets downed. And look at this. And I thought I could maybe force the Eagles player into the football so then I could pick it up. But either way, that's a really nice punt down at the 8. So really nice punt. I think I can make a claim I'm one of the better punters on YouTube. Defense not doing much for us here. Pittman can't make a play. That's what I'm talking about. If you can't make those sorts of plays up the sideline, it's going to be tough. And then you get blown up in the backfield. This is kind of like the Packers offense right here. Sort of try letting guys make a play. They can't do that. And here we find Jelani Woods. And that'll be 4th and inches. We're going to go for this. Maybe wouldn't do this if this was like a regular season game. But either way, can we get a yard? And we do get a yard right here against a pretty good defensive front right there. So Jonathan Taylor, he did a lot of work on that one. But we did get a yard here. And more than that, actually. We got a couple. So 1st and 10 here. Going to be a handoff. Jonathan Taylor going to wait for the blocks a little bit here. Taylor going to try to shove a guy off. But he gets to the 44. So yeah, when he gets some daylight, he can make things happen. I like seeing that a little bit, actually. It's nice using him. I mean, Kenneth Walker I don't think he's as good as Jonathan Taylor. So it's kind of interesting using a back that has sort of that extra bit of speed to hit these holes. And the big strength right here is he just would not go down right there. So 3rd and 6 now. Trying to see if we could have broke anything on them runs. Instead, we just settle for, a couple yards right here. Going to find Jelani Woods. 4th and inches again. We're going to go hurry up because we're going for it here. And, yeah, we're going for it. Looking through some plays here, trying to find something I like, which is fine, in terms of, since we're not, like, pressed for time. So we find an inside zone here. 4th and inches. Trying to draw them off sides a little bit. Can't do it. Can we pick up inches? And we do. With some help from the defense right there. They kind of shoved him forward. So we pick up the yard right there. So once again, in some pretty good situations here. Now we hand back off to Taylor again. Get some blocks here. And Taylor is going to take this one to the house. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown. Just like that. And the way he's able to weave in and out of those tackles, that's not something Kenneth Walker can do in our Seahawks franchise just yet. Jonathan Taylor, beasting on him here. So this has been a very good game for Jonathan Taylor. But then eventually, once again, that was the end of the 3rd quarter. So that was the last Gary Mitchell drive. So we got to make something happen here with Howell. I should have threw that a lot earlier, but I tried seeing if maybe someone would have beat someone on the outside there. Then we came back way too late on that one. So Howell, 2nd and 10 here. He's done enough to at least show that he can be a serviceable backup. So we look through here, and that's just a throw out a sack, but guy actually comes up with the football right there. Very nice stuff here. Time winding down. We're out of timeout, so just going to have to try something here. And we try making a play here. Patman can't get a hand on the football. I think even if he makes that catch, though, that would have been inbounds. So would have needed a defensive pass interference because the game can't end on a penalty like that. So that would have been helpful. Instead, he's going to have to throw this one from the around the 30, more like the 28, all the way to the end zone, and bounced off a few hands right there, but not able to get it in. So we are going to lose our final preseason game of the season. We're going to go 0 for 3 in the preseason, but I still liked what we saw from Gary Mitchell and Kevin German, actually. So those are positives of the preseason, and so we know what we have out of those two, I think, at least as we stand right now coming into the season. Gary Mitchell, 23 of 30, 1 touchdown. That was all us. So we all that was all me, I should say, not you. You didn't call any plays for me. So 23 of 30, 147 yards, 1 touchdown. Pretty nice. Once again, we are lacking that big play ability, and I just think it's a lot of it does, at least in the passing game. We have it in the run game. When you have a guy like Jonathan Taylor, a guy that competed for a Heisman Trophy, did what he did at Wisconsin, that's always good to have. So at least we know we have a big playability somewhere on this team. I don't think we gave up any sacks. Kevin German, 9 receptions, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Very good stuff here. Michael Pittman Jr., see him down there with 2 receptions for 12 yards. You know, I don't want to rag on him too much, but I question when you have a receiver. This is more for Madden. When you have a receiver that only has 88 speed, it's kind of tough. And Alec Pierce just had a drop. He's had a terrible preseason. Not in the sort of not in position to get cut, I don't think. But yeah, just has not been very good defensively. No sacks. No one got a sack. No one got a turnover. So that's not ideal. Because that was mostly our starting defense, but they did hold them to like 21 points, so that's fine. So we cut Jack Cohn, and Sam Ehlinger is also going to get cut here. I'm not sure why they recommend I keep 3 quarterbacks. I'm not going to keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster. Sam Howell is going to be the backup for Gary Mitchell. So we come through here. Wesley French is going to get cut here. So we're just going through all this stuff. Running backs, I don't think we need 4. I don't think we need 5 even. But we are going to cut Devontae Price. Thanks for coming along for the ride, buddy. And CJ Verdell, we're going to keep him just in case we have injury. We can always just cut the running back in case I feel we need something somewhere else. So we look through the receivers, and this isn't a great receiving core. So, it's lacking the type of players I like, which, those guys that can beat a guy on the outside. We don't really have that. So Will Freer's going to get cut. Looking through the rest of these guys here, still have some more players to cut. Samson Nakun is going to get cut. I hope I said that name right. Not really, because he got cut. Chris Williams, going to get cut. CJ Verdell, going to get cut. 9-11. We've cut 9 players out of the possible 11 we need to cut. So we're looking through here. Is Chris Wilcox going to get cut? And, is it going to be Wilcox? Is it going to be this other corner? And it's going to be this other corner. I'm going to keep that 6th receiver. We're going to keep 6 receivers on the roster. Because we got to find some guys to make plays. So it comes down to tight end. I'm probably keeping more tight ends than I actually need, but is it going to be Andrew Ogletree or is it going to be Kyle Granson who's going to get cut here? Kyle Granson, 85 speed, 76 catching. But it's going to be Andrew Ogletree. Just had worse stats than the other guy, so he's going to stay. And the other guy, Ogletree, is going to get cut. And it's time for the regular season. So we go through the entire preseason, and this is a really long video. So I'm going to cut it here. Scouting, draft class, I'll show you all that stuff in the next episode, and then we're probably going to play the first couple weeks of the season. So, yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. We are going to use an actual draft class for 2023, even though we're going to use the 2023 draft class for what will be the 2024 draft class in this game. So, yeah. I know that might sound weird, but that's what we're doing. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to hit like, be sure to hit subscribe, come back for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.